This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
This is the National Weather Service office in Springfield, Missouri, with some winter weather safety tips. Winter storms, whether in the form of snow, ice, bitter cold, or all of the above, bring with them a variety of hazards. Perhaps most obvious are those that result in hazardous travel conditions, but even for those staying at home, conditions can quickly become dangerous if proper precautions are not taken. Driveways, sidewalks, and other walkways quickly become hazardous when covered with ice or snow. Falls can result in bruises, broken bones, and concussions, among other issues. To prevent falls, clear off walkways as soon as precipitation begins. To make shoveling snow and ice easier, consider pre-treating surfaces with rock salt or commercial ice melt before snow starts to fall. And be especially cautious when walking outside in the dark or in low light, when slick spots may be particularly difficult to see. The weight of snow and ice, oftentimes made worse by gusty winds, can do serious damage to electrical infrastructure. Be on the lookout for sagging or falling power lines. Always treat a power line as if it is alive. Don't approach it. Instead, contact local emergency services and your power company to report the downed line. Keep children, neighbors, and pets away from the power line. When winter storms bring power outages to the area, unfortunately, one of the primary sources of death from the storm oftentimes becomes carbon monoxide poisoning. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless, tasteless gas that is produced by sources of combustion, which includes portable generators, grills, and camping stoves. When these devices are used indoors, carbon monoxide poisoning can result in a very short period of time. Always set up these devices outside. Remember that your portable generator can be deadly even if it is located outside, if it is too close to windows, doors, or air intakes. Always set up generators, stoves, and grills well away from the structure in a well-ventilated area. And regardless of whether you utilize a generator or not, it's a great idea to always have a carbon monoxide detector in your home. Bitter cold can leave many people searching for alternative or supplemental heat sources, like space heaters or wood-burning stoves. These alternative heat sources are a leading cause of house fires during the winter months, oftentimes because combustible materials like clothes or blankets got too close to the heater and ignited. Always keep your space heater well away from materials that can burn. If you have pets or children, make sure they don't get too close as not to tip over the space heater or suffer burns. Space heaters utilize a significant amount of electricity and can easily overload an electrical circuit, causing an electrical fire. Be sure not to have too many items plugged into the same circuit. Finally, if you make use of a wood-burning stove or fireplace during the winter months, make sure it is well maintained and the chimney is kept clean. The best way to stay safe and weather-ready this winter is to remain informed. Remain aware of the latest forecast, especially if there is potential for a significant winter weather event. Along with your favorite local television or radio station, our National Weather Service website, weather.gov/Springfield, is constantly updated with the very latest forecast information, along with any winter storm watches or warnings that may be issued. Also be sure to check out the links from ready.gov and the National Weather Service for additional winter weather safety and preparedness information.
Tobacco smoke is a mixture of gases and particles. It contains more than 7,000 chemical compounds. More than 250 of these chemicals are known to be harmful, and at least 69 are known to cause cancer. There is no safe level of exposure to secondhand smoke. Any exposure is harmful.
Secondhand smoke causes lung cancer in people who have never smoked. Even brief exposure can damage cells in ways that set the cancer process into motion. The Surgeon General estimates that living with a smoker increases the chances of getting lung cancer by 20 to 30%.
Secondhand smoke exposure is now known to cause strokes in non-smokers and make asthma worse in children and adults. The U.S. loses $5.6 billion every year because non-smokers die early due to exposure to secondhand smoke.
Exposure to secondhand smoke causes more deaths from cardiovascular disease than from lung cancer and has also been linked to respiratory disease. More than 33,000 non-smokers die every year in the U.S. from coronary heart disease caused by exposure to secondhand smoke.
At least 88 million Americans continue to be exposed to the dangerous chemicals in secondhand smoke. Missouri is one of only 14 states remaining that does not have a 100% smoke-free law. The only way to fully protect non-smokers from exposure to secondhand smoke indoors is to prevent all smoking in those indoor public spaces and buildings. With smoke-free policies everywhere, they could breathe freely.
Boy Scout Troop 128 conducted a community survey last year, and over 85% of those surveyed were in favor of smoke-free policies in public places. Springfield, Missouri implemented smoke-free policies in 2011. Clinton, Missouri and Branson, Missouri implemented policies in 2015. Now it is time for our own community to implement smoke-free policies, and we would like to ask you for your support in this effort. Thank you.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in